with Charles Davis. As always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. To throw on second down. Gabriel. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. But Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to throw on second down. Gabriel, here's a slant, and he's got it to Ward. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. And with a play clock. One.
Play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Back to throw again. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And the slot man goes in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Ward. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers, a free play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the slot man goes in motion left. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Izzo. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd down. Gabriel. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On third down, Gabriel. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete.
Without a top-flight quarterback, the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Young to throw on 4th. They'll roll him out right. Oh, Johnson, nice grab. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. While the Jets sweep, this is Johnson. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Keyshawn Johnson, 54 yards. And the Panthers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Will send this one away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. A give to Henry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. The pitch to Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he gets this up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Young. Open here, Adam Thielen. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Young. To throw, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On second down, Young again. Escaping the pressure. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Young. Flush to his right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to have the Commanders' first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A great effort right from the snap there on the defensive side from Amari Barno. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A huge play there for Washington. 56 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They hand this one to Gronk. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Henry. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll run with Henry. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Gano's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Young off the play fake. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Well, the objective there. I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 70 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down. Throwing, Young, rolling to his right. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers. And a throw there going to be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now back to throw. Forced out to it, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Max Crosby. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Harold Carmichael. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Their opening drive here is going to... He'll drop to throw. Steps away. That is caught by Carmichael. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him. Here.
A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Henry up the middle. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run. It's Henry. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. Carmichael. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Carmichael, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Bullock's kick is good, and it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety.
Normally we think about big swings and scores before a half. We think offense, but this time their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extend...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. On 2nd down, Culpepper. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Back to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll try and throw for it here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And some room to roam now. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. The pitch to Henry. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage. Back to... They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jason Taylor, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Looking to throw on second down. Culpepper. And that's complete to Gates. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Dancing to his left. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And he will bring this one back. An interception return.
They want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. This music don't work out. In order to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't trying to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shopping. Can't trust him cause he not my. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures. Just know my quick to pop it. Damn, it's the intro.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Cunningham. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back to the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Graham Gano on for the extra point. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines rolling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
William Golston in on the stop. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on 3rd down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Cunningham. Now swing pass for Dillon. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Cunningham looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. After one, he'll go to the ground. He'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again to Henry. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run for it with Henry. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, it's Cunningham. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cunningham. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. They're going to try and throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They begin with Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Henry again on 2nd down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Earlier, they had 2 other fourth down conversion attempts that did not go their way. This time, it does go their way.
And this reminds me of a conversation I had with him in the offseason. There wasn't even a game to be played. But what he told me, I have enough confidence in my team and my play-calling ability.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Dillon. And down he'll go at the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throw left side is complete to Irvin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A play fake. Now Cunningham. Out to his left. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Cunningham. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
On 2nd down, Dillon. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Back to Dillon on 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. The pickup there, and it's a first down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Got it.
I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my...
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Edwards. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A play fake. Now McNabb. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the Washington football. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Edwards. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down. Up the middle. Here's Edwards. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. We're scoreless after 1. 2nd and 2. the gun. They give to Edwards. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Edwards now on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards it up. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
From the gun, they go to Edwards. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They go play action. It's McNabb. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Calvin Johnson, 72 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
But, partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, going for Jefferson downfield. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Night Train Lane. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. McNabb to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to let it go again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
1-1 for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
13 yards there at a Washington first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Again, it's Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a handoff, Edwards. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a run with Edwards. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is Edwards, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
But that won't do much good as he is tackled at his own 7. Second down and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll get this up to the 10, but that's all. A nice job there to bring him down defensively. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to have the Commander's first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now it's Edwards. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast, letting the clock wind down.
Here's Edwards again on second down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll run here with Edwards. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got,
and he's in for the touchdown! And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
One final try now for Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but partner, the defense was ready, able to force it to be